Alright, this is a tutorial on how to use the pen tool activity 1, whether it's for IDAD or for digital design. Go into your digital design or IDAD folder. Inside the Illustrator folder, you should be able to find the pen tool activity 1 file. Just has some simple lines for you to learn how to use the pen tool. So over here, you have the white box, which is your fill. So if you had a shape, it'd be the inside of the shape. And then you have your outline color, your stroke color, as Adobe calls it. So to get rid of the fill, or to change the fill, you just double click, and you can pick any color you want, and then now it's a red fill. But for this instance, we don't want a fill at all. So I'm going to click on the red lines, and then now there's no fill. If I click on the stroke, again, just double click it to change the color. And I'm going to pick something bright so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do a blue. Up here as well, you have your fill, and then you have your stroke color, and then your stroke size, the thickness of your line. So I'm going to go ahead and make this 3, just so you can see what's going on. First tool you're going to learn today is the pen tool, and we'll also use the convert tool. So go to the pen tool, and you start by making anchor points at the beginning and at the end of each line. So let me zoom in. The zoom tool is down here. You can go ahead and click to zoom in. And we'll go out of there. There we go. So now you can see the first one. So each arc is you'll make an anchor point at the beginning and at the end. So for example, here you make an anchor point here, and that's one arc. And then you make another anchor point. At this point, it changes direction and begins a second arc. So this ends here, and it makes a third arc. So every time the arc changes direction, you need a new anchor point. So to start, just make one anchor point, go to the end, click, and make a second anchor point. That's it for the pen tool. Now you want to adjust these anchor points by going to the convert tool. You go to the convert tool, and all you're going to do is go to each anchor point and pull out handlebars. Do not try and make your handlebars accurate yet. Next, and the final step, is you go to your white direct selection arrow up here, and if you click on the background, you will deselect everything, and then you want to select this arc. So click on this arc, and you will see those two handlebars appear. Here's how handlebars work. This handlebar right here controls this half of the line of the arc. This handlebar right here controls this half of the arc. All right. So to do that, all you do is hold Alt and then grab the handlebar and adjust it. So hold Alt, grab the handlebar, and adjust it. All right, so let's go to the second guy and do the exact same 3 steps. Step 1, pen tool. Make all your anchor points. Anchor point here. You can see for the little guide, there's already spots where you make all your anchor points. So just click on each little box. Next, pull out handlebars for each anchor point. Don't make them accurate yet. Notice decent sized handlebars, nothing giant, but nothing minuscule. You don't want something this small. Get yourself a decent handlebar so you can find it right away. And don't forget the last one. A lot of people forget the last one. Now that all your anchor points have handlebars, you go to your white direct selection tool, click on the background to deselect it, and then now you click on each arc that you want to adjust. So this arc first, there's our 2 handlebars. You need to hold Alt and then adjust the handlebar. Hold Alt, adjust the handlebar. Notice I'm keeping my anchor points and my handlebars equal. I'm not making one giant and one small. So for example, I click on this one. If I just pull this guy way down, I might be able to get my arc to look right, but it won't be very smooth. So to make it smooth, I want my handlebars about the same length and about the same direction. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it down. This will just make it a smoother line in the end. And all I do is keep going back and forth. Make sure you hold Alt. Click on the background, deselect everything. Click on the arc you want to adjust, hold Alt, and pull it up. Whoops. And pull it over here. And up. Again, keeping them about equal. I'll go ahead and do these last two real quick. The key is holding Alt before you grab the handlebars. If I grab the handlebar first and now I hold Alt, it's going to look the same, but as soon as I let go, it's going to make a copy. You don't want that to happen. If it does happen, all you have to do is delete it and readjust your arc, but you don't want to make copies. To delete a copy, all you do is go up to your black selection arrow and click on the background to deselect everything, just like with the white direct selection tool. Now all you do is click on the arc. Well, this is my whole design. I don't want that one. So I click on this guy, and that's the arc I copied. So all you do is have it select, you press delete, and it goes away. And then now I go back to my white direct selection tool, click on the arc, hold Alt first. Whoops, missed it. Sometimes it's better to click on the background and deselect everything and then just start the whole process over. So hold Alt, pull this guy up, pull this guy up a little bit, and then now my arc looks like that. Go ahead and do the same technique for C, and now I'm going to show you a little trick for straight lines you can see on number D here, letter D. So you go to your pen tool, again, anchor points are already drawn out for you. Every time your line or your arc changes direction, you need a new anchor point. So you got an arc, and then now it's a straight line, so you need an anchor point. Straight line, and now turns into an arc, so you need an anchor point. Next step, convert tool, pull out all your handlebars. Again, not worrying about accuracy, just get them out there so you can play with them in a little bit. Don't forget the last one. Actually, let's undo that. Say I forgot the last one. And now I go to my white direct selection arrow, deselect everything by clicking on the background, and then click on the arc. I hold Alt, and I go ahead and begin to trace my line. Okay, now this guy, the key is, if I hold Alt, all I have to do is pull this handlebar right on the line. And then I pull this handlebar right on the line, make sure you're holding Alt, and that's how I get a straight line. Okay, but say I go back to this one, after I do all these guys, I'll go ahead and do them quickly. I'm holding Alt first, of course. Click on this guy, hold Alt, drag my handlebars right on the line, and now I go to this guy. Well, there's only one handlebar. That's because I didn't pull out these handlebars. So I have to go back to my caret tool, my convert anchor point tool, pull out some handlebars, go to my white direct selection arrow, click on the background to deselect everything, and then click on the arc and hold Alt to pull up. All right, the key is 3 steps. Make all your anchor points with the pen tool, then pull out your handlebars with the convert anchor point tool. Just get them pulled out, and then holding Alt, of course, and the direct selection tool, that's where you adjust each arc to match your perfect line that you're looking for. And that's it.